Today we continue to listen the Four Noble Truths. First, we have to recite the second Noble Truth of origin of suffering, Dukkha Samudaya Ariya Sicca. Can you follow me? Katameja Bhikkhave Dukkha Samudaya Ariya Sicca Yayantana Bono Bhavika Nandiraga Sagadam Tatra Vinandini Seyatidam Kamadana Bhavadana Vibhavadana. We recite together. Kadameja Bhikkhave Dukkha Samudaya Ariya Sicca Yayantana Bono Bhavika Nandiraga Sagata Tatra Vinandini Seyatidam Kamadana Bhavadana Vibhavadana. Translation, follow me. And what bhikkhus is the noble truth of the origin of suffering? It is that craving which gives rise to further rebirth and bound up with pleasure and lust, finds ever fresh delight, now here, now there, to which the sensual craving, the craving for existence, and the craving for non-existence. So three kinds of dana, kama dana, bhava dana, and vibhava dana. So what dana does? Yayan dana bono bhavika. Dana gives rise to fresh rebirth. Even the person was engaged in meditation practice to dispel dana, to overcome all suffering, until he or she became fully developed in the knowledge of the mega path. Dana craving could stay, give rise to fresh rebirth. So dana can give rise to fresh rebirth. Regarding this, we have to listen the story of Samana Deva. During the lifetime of the Buddha, a certain young man have established faith in the dispensation of the Buddha. So that young man got himself ordained, and he stayed with his preceptor for five vasa periods. He performed all the major and minor duties for his Upajjhaya preceptor. and he learned thoroughly the two codes, Dvematika, Patimokkha discipline for the bhikkhus. So that monk also mastered the procedure for purifying himself for serious as well as trifling offenses. Then taking a meditation object of his choice, he went to the forest and devoted himself continuously to the practice of meditation. His efforts at meditation were very strenuous. Even at midnight, which the Buddha had allowed as the time for rest and sleep, he continued with the practice. Yeah, during the practice, during the intensive retreat, yogis sleep very few hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, etc. Now the monk in this story, he have no rest and sleep. He continue his practice. Thus striving day and night and getting enervated by lack of sufficient nourishing food, he was suddenly seized with a cutting pain, a paralytic stroke, which ruptured the spinal nerve. It caused him instant death. So he died. He was meditating while practicing walking meditation, and thus said to have passed away in the course of performing the duties of a monk. The duty of the monks is only to practice and to study pariyatti and patipatti. According to the commentary, if any bhikkhu pass away while engaged in walking ups and down, or standing leaning against a leaning post, or sitting, or lying down at the head of the cloister walk with his double robe on his head, that monk is said to die in harness. A bhikkhu is also said to die in harness if he pass away in the course of preaching a sermon, particularly on liberation from the chain of existences. So as the bhikkhu was engaged in meditating while walking ups and down, we could take it that he passed away while he was meditating, while he was contemplating the mind and matter, namarupa of the body posture, in accordance with the teaching of the Satipatthana Sutta. Although that monk had put in great deal of effort in the practice of meditation, he passed away without attaining the Rata Megaphala because he was not yet fully endowed with supporting acts of parami, perfection, necessary for such attainments. So meditators are practicing continuously. You all are fulfilling your paramis. When your parami perfection is complete and mature, you will achieve your goal anytime. So complete eradication of Dana is not possible unless Radha Mega has been attained. That this monk had not yet developed even up to the stage of stream winner. So because of Dana craving, which can cause rebirth or Nobhavika, that monk was reborn in the celestial realms of Tawadinsa. A magnificent celestial palace awaited him in consequence of his merits he had acquired in the practice of meditation. By spontaneous rebirth, he appeared as if just awakened from sleep. At the entrance of the palace, as celestial beings, brilliant in full celestial attire. So at that moment, about 1,000 celestial princesses had been awaiting the arrival of their master of the palace. These celestial princesses said, "Now our Lord has arrived, let us entertain him," they said. So these celestial females, Devis, gathered around him, holding musical instruments in their hands to welcome that Deva joyously. However, the Deva Lord of the palace did not even realize that he had taken a new existence in a new world. He was under the impression that he was still a monk of the human world. When he saw the celestial damsel, he took them to be female visitors to his monastery. So he covered up his bare left shoulder with the upper garment and remained seated, his eyes lowered, assuming a very dignified and reserved pose, like yogi. Yogi eyes lower all the time. You assume a very dignified and reserved pose. Now the celestial female Devis realized at once that the new being must have been a monk in his previous existence. So these celestial ladies address him, "Oh my Lord, this is the abode of the celestial beings. It is not the time to be observing the codes of Bhikkhu discipline. Oh my Lord, it is the occasion for enjoyment of celestial pleasures." Celestial ladies address him. But he continued maintaining solemn reserve and dignity. That Devas has not realized that he has become a celestial being in the realms of Devas. Let us drive home these facts to him by our welcoming reveries. The celestial damsel said. Then the female celestial damsel started playing the musical instruments accompanied by songs. And the Deva all the more tightened his retiring disposition. He maintained his dignified solemnity. He thought that the female visitors had come to his forest monastery to abandon themselves for frivolous merriment. Whereupon the celestial ladies brought out a body-length mirror and they placed it in front of the Deva. Now Deva saw his reflection in the mirror. Finally, he realized, now I had left the bhikkhu's existence and I was reborn in the celestial realms. He realized. So that Samana Deva, monk Deva, was greatly perturbed. So he reflected in this way, I did not take up meditation to be reborn in these celestial realms. My object was to attain the most profitable goal of arhata fruition. But now I am like a boxer who entered the boxing competition aiming at the championship gold medal, but was awarded only a bundle of turnip. So he extremely agitated in mind. So he reflected. The celestial pleasures are easily attainable. The lifetime of the Buddha is a rare occasion to hear the teaching of the Buddha and attain the Arhata Magga is of utmost importance. By wallowing in the celestial pleasures, by enjoying these essential pleasures, there is the danger of losing the opportunity of meeting the Buddha. So without taking the trouble of entering this palatial building, that Deva went quickly to the presence of the Buddha, while the restraining sila he had observed as a bhikkhu still remained intact. His celestial damsel also accompanied him as they were anxious not to lose sight of the Deva. On reaching the presence of the Buddha, the Deva addressed him, Most Venerable Blessed One, in what manner will it be possible to avoid and proceed along past the Nandavana garden, otherwise known as Mohana garden, the grove of stupidity, because it serves to encourage foolish behavior in the celestial beings who visit it, where thousands of female celestial beings indulge in singing and yodeling, where numerous demons, goblins, and spirits haunt. The Devas address the most venerable Buddha, Blessed One. Here the Deva referred to the celestial females as demons and goblins, and to the Nandavana garden as the grove of stupidity, because he was still in a repulsive mood towards sensual pleasures as a consequence of his intense effort of vipassana meditation practice. And the commentary explanation of Deva's query as to how to proceed along was that Deva was requesting the Buddha for guidance on Vipassana, which provides access to the Arhata fruition. When Deva addressed the fully enlightened Buddha, Buddha reflected on all the circumstances concerning the Devas and taught him the Noble Eightfold Path in 3 verses. The first verse is Uchuko Nama Somego Abhyanama Sadisa Rato Agujano Nama Dhammachakehi Sanyuto. Buddha said, that means, O Devas, you are anxious to flee away. The straight path for a quick escape is the Noble Eightfold Path of Vipassana. You had already trod while a bhikkhu. Here, the straight path is that Vipassana path. To the Devas who look as if he had come straight from the monastery where he had devoted himself to meditation, the meaning of the Buddha was quite clear. The commentary exposition is on giving meditation training to someone not yet established in morality, etc. Buddha always advised meditators, purify your sila, develop mindfulness and concentration, straighten out your views on karma and karma results, and directed the meditators to get firmly established in these fundamental practice initially. To the meditators already engaged in meditation, Buddha instructed him only in Vipassana, the proximate to the Arhata Mega. Now the Deva was already practicing meditation exercises and his sila remained unimpaired. It was only the Arhata Mega that he needed to accomplish, having already developed its precursor path. So in order to instruct the Devas in Vipassana, Buddha taught him the 3 verses. In the commentary exposition, the effects of his sila remaining unimpaired, even after he had passed over from the bhikkhu's existence to that of a celestial being, should be well noted. It means that having not breached any of the precepts, killing, stealing, sexual relationship, etc., that Deva still continued to maintain his sila. So it should be understood that even without formal vow of keeping the precepts, sila, morality remains unimpaired if you abstain from evil deeds, which you should not commit. So it should be also noted that these verses taught Vipassana meditation. So the best and straightest ways of quick escape from the Nandavana garden of the celestial walls with the celestial females is the Vipassana path, which he had trod along while he was a bhikkhu. Regarding the next question on the danger-free place of refuge, Buddha said, the danger-free of refuge is that of that sanctuary, namely Nibbana, which you had aspired to as a bhikkhu. So danger-free place of refuge is Nibbana. In Nibbana, there is no rebirth, no aging, no sickness, no death, and no danger. All the suffering are totally removed. So the danger-free place of refuge is this sanctuary, Nibbana. This means that he had to strive on till he attained Nibbana. And to what types of vehicle should be employed to make the passage? Buddha said, for the silent escape with no one becoming aware of it, you need a silent carriage, which is the Vipassana two-wheeler fitted with 2 wheels of physical effort and mental effort. So when you practice meditation, you need 2 efforts, Kayika Virya and Cetasika Virya. Atapi, ardent energy. We must have physical effort and mental effort. The mental effort involved in noting every physical activities is known as mental effort, Cetasika Virya. You have to put energy to observe every physical activities, every mental activities. It is not very easy. And when noting the bodily actions of going, standing, sitting, physical effort required to maintain your body in respective postures is called Kayika Virya, physical effort. How about lying meditation? Sleeping meditation, meditation while sleeping down, lying down involve only mental effort, not physical effort. So meditators only just practice before he or she sleep, because lying meditation is not encouraged in the practice. It has only mental effort and not physical effort. Sitting, walking, standing are very agreeable to provide your physical and mental effort. So here as the use of a two-wheeler with wheels of mental effort and physical effort was advised. it must be taken to mean the Vipassana meditation, which requires heedful noting of walking, standing, and sitting. So to write on the grand carriage of the Vipassana Mega, fitted with 2 wheels of physical effort and mental effort, we must be engaged in mindful noting while occasionally walking up and down. That is to say, we must note walking, raising, stepping forward, dropping, as prescribed in the discourse on Satipatthana Sutta. Buddha said, Gichandowa, Gichamiti, Pajanati. So while striving in this way, your momentary concentration getting strengthened because you practice many hours, many days, many weeks. Your momentary concentration getting strengthened, and you will come to distinguish Rupa from Nama. You can distinguish with each noting Rupa, which causes stiffness, movements, tension, and Nama, the mental acts of noting that movement. As your concentration getting further strengthened, you will come to distinguish the cause from effect. Before going, you capture the intention. Before stretching, you capture the stretch intention. Because of the intention to go, there appears the physical process of going. You know something because there is the object. When there is object, there is knowing. Where is no object, no knowing. Because there is the object to know, there is knowing, and you can distinguish the cause from the effect. With further progress, the arising of such phenomena for a moment, intention to go, the physical process of going, the noting mind, followed by its dissolution, you clearly perceive as if it is grasped in your own hand. Then it is realized plainly that what arises momentarily only to vanish soon, it is permanent. It is not permanent. And what arises and vanishes continuously is truly suffering, fearsome suffering. And you will also comprehend clearly that the phenomena are occurring of their own accord, following nobody's ways. It is really anatta, not subjected to anyone's control. So then the heedful noting should continue while standing or sitting occasionally. So the silent carriage mentioned here is a reference to the horse-drawn vehicle of ancient days. Some carriage by themselves noiseless, but when burdened with many passengers or heavy loads, are liable to produce creaky sound. However, the mega vehicle is able to carry an unlimited number of passengers without producing any sound. Sometimes while listening to the teaching of the Buddha, passengers or meditators numbering 84,000 rode on this mega vehicle piloted by Vipassana Mega, which transported them noiselessly to their final destination, Nirvana. So this carriage was admired as a noiseless vehicle. This statement was in this way given by the Buddha to the Deva that it would be possible to make your silent escape without letting the celestial females know by means of this transport. Now yogis are using this mega vehicle. Everywhere is silent. You are riding the noiseless vehicle. Meditation hall is very silent. Dining hall is very silent. Walking area very silent. Truly, it is noiseless vehicle. Now the Deva want to escape from the female Devis. So Buddha mentioned that mega vehicle is noiseless. And Buddha continue, Hiri tasa apalambo satyasa privaranam dhammahan saratim yumi samaditi pure javam. Hiri, sense of shame and horror to commit evil deeds, serves as the leaning board of seats on the carriage, without which passengers are liable to fall backwards when the carriage moves. The mega vehicle has excellent leaning boards of Hiri and Uttapa, moral shame and moral fear. The meditating yogis feel repulsed and horrified at the possible arising of unwholesome thoughts concerning some objects which he or she may have missed in his heedful noting. Sometimes meditators miss the object, miss in your heedful noting, and thinking arises, and meditator quickly note it and quickly remove that thinking. You really have moral shame and moral fear, you dislike. So it is like the revulsion you feel towards coming into with filth after having a nice clean bath. The conscientious concern for non-arising of unwholesome thoughts and revulsion towards is termed hiri, sense of shame, and there is also fear of unwholesome thoughts leading to evil actions which will yield unwholesome resultant effect and hinder escape from samsara, the cycle of existences. This fear of evil deeds and its unwholesome consequences is called uttapa, moral fear. So because of the sense of hiri and uttapa, moral shame and moral fear of evil deeds, Yogis devote himself in a reverential attitude to the task of noting every physical and mental phenomena without missing any. In this way, Megapath is kept developing with each passing moment. It is like the manner in which the leaning boards of the carriage prevent the passenger from falling backwards, maintaining you in your position. This is the reason why the Buddha had termed Hiri and Uttapa, moral shame and moral fear, as the leaning boards of the Vipassana mega vehicle. Then Buddha went on to explain how the mindfulness is like the covering drapery or awning of the mega vehicle. In the same way, the shielding awning fitted to in a carriage guards against the danger of stones or sticks being thrown in. Mindfulness of every mental and physical phenomena as it arises keeps yourself secure from the danger of demeditorial deeds. Therefore, you take protection. You take protection. There is 4 foundations of mindfulness. You contemplating the body in the body, Kaya Nupassana. You contemplate the Vedana Nupassana, feeling in the feeling. You contemplating the consciousness in the consciousness, Chaitanupassana. And you contemplating the Dhamma in the Dhammas, Dhammanupassana. So the 4 foundations of mindfulness, contemplation of the body, feeling, consciousness and Dhamma, are termed the covering drapery of your mega vehicle. So long as you are contemplating the body, feeling, consciousness and Dhamma object, you are totally protected and you are totally secure. So they are termed the covering drapery of your mega vehicle. Then Buddha continued, I call the right view pertaining to Ariya Mega Samadhi, preceded by Vipassana Samadhi, the right view pertaining to Vipassana, the driver of the courage. So of the 6 kinds of right views, they are Kamasakata Samadhi, Jhana Samadhi, Vipassana Samadhi, Mega Samadhi, Phala Samadhi, and Pichavakana Samadhi. 6 kinds of right view Samadhi. Pichavakana Samadhi and Phala Samadhi. So Phala Samadhi is the resultant effect of Mega, and Pichavakana Samadhi, the right view concerning recollectedness, is the reflected knowledge which appears after your attainment of Mega and Phala, path and fruition. So it needs no particular effort to develop Phala Samadhi and Pijavakana Samadhi. Now, Kama Sakata Samadhi, the right view concerning karma and its effect, has to be established even before we start the practice of meditation. Before practicing meditation, we must believe karma and karma results. And the right view concerning jhana is related to the purifications of mind, which is the base for vipassana. So the proximate knowledge which has to be developed for the promotion of right view concerning the Iriya Mega is the right view concerning vipassana. So when your vipassana knowledge is fully developed, knowledge of Iriya Mega or the right view concerning the Mega arises spontaneously. It is just like a riot procession coming along after the roads have been cleared by the police and military escorts. So it is said that Vipassana Samadhi proceeds, followed by Ariya Samadhi. While engaged in Vipassana meditation, Vipassana Jnana leads the way for the developments of other megas. So at the moment of attainment of Ariya Mega, Mega Jnana gives the lead to other megas. So for this reason, Buddha had called the Vipassana Samadhi and Ariya Mega Samadhi the drivers of the carriage. So you need to remember your driver. Your drivers are Vipassana Samadhi and Ariya Mega Samadhi. Now during the practice of meditation, you understand you are developing Atapi Samajano Satima. When you ride your mega vehicle, all these factors are there. And the last verse, Buddha expounded, Yasa eta disan yanam etiya purisasawa. Sawe etena yanina nivana sewa santike. Any woman or man possessing the eightfold mega vehicle can get to the presence of Nirvana by means of the vehicle. So in accordance with the Buddha teaching, the owner of the eightfold mega vehicle, irrespective of sex, is definitely bound to reach Nirvana. So it is very clear that anyone desirous of reaching Nirvana must develop Ariya Mega based on the Vipassana Mega. It is common knowledge that in this mundane world, the owner of some form of transport is able to reach the required destination by using it. However, just having the knowledge of the mechanism of the transport without actually possessing it will not get anyone anywhere. I know how to drive, but I have no vehicle, so I cannot reach there. In the same way, by just knowing how to enumerate the various types of nama and rupa, or different kinds of megas, no one can reach Nibbana because he or she knows only theory and she do not practice. She have no mega vehicle, so he or she cannot reach Nibbana. So it must be definitely noted that only by coming into possession of the Vipassana mega vehicle through contemplating of the actual arising and dissolutions of mind and matter, and riding on the carriage of the Eightfold Path, we can reach Nibbana. So we need to know how to drive, how to ride, and we need to have that mega vehicle. We need to practice. So Mahasi Sayadaw explained these three verses to be summarized. First, the path. The path is straight path is mega. You always remember Ikayano Ayambekui Mego. This is the only way. Satipatthana path or Eightfold Path you are treading. And what is your destination? Your destination is Nibbana. Destination is Nibbana. If you reach Nibbana, you are free from all dangers. You are free from aging, sickness, death, sorrow, lamentation, etc. All the suffering will be eradicated when you reach Nibbana. You are riding the mega vehicle. In your mega vehicle, it is fitted with 2 wheels of atapi, energetic effort, 2 wheels, physical effort and mental effort. And you are riding your mega vehicle, mega carriage is really silent. In the dining hall, very silent, very quiet, meditation hall is quiet, walking area quiet, every resting area, everywhere quiet and silent. Because they are riding the mega vehicle, they are practicing. Hiri and Uttapa, moral shame and moral fear serve as the leaning board. And your mindfulness form the drapery and awning of your courage. That is, mindfulness is your protection. So long as you have mindfulness, you practice mindfulness, you are protected. And who is your driver? Your driver is Vipassana Jnana and Mega Jnana. Mega Jnana, preceded by Vipassana Jnana, is the driver of the courage. Here, men and women, male and female, practicing, monks and nuns, they are practicing. The owner of such courage may be either man or woman. So one may ride comfortably in it to reach Nibbana. So Mahasi Sayadaw have this aphorism. Straight path is mega, the destination is Nibbana, free from danger. Can you follow me? The straight path is mega. The straight path is mega. The destination is Nirvana. The destination is Nirvana, free from all dangers. And then your mega vehicle has two efforts. You have two efforts, physical effort and mental effort. And you are riding your carriage, you are driving your vehicle. It is very silent. Follow me. Fitted with two wheels. Fitted with two wheels of energetic efforts, the mega carriage is silent. The mega vehicle is silent. So now your mega vehicle has two leaning boards, that is Hiri and Uttapa, moral shame and moral fear. They serve as the leaning board, and you have mindfulness all the time. Your mindfulness forms protection of your vehicle. Can you follow me? Hiri and Uttapa serve as the leaning board, while mindfulness forms the protection of the mega vehicle. And then your vehicle has driver. The drivers is mega jnana, preceded by vipassana jnana. It is the driver of your vehicle. Can you follow me? Mega jnana, preceded by vipassana jnana, is the driver of the vehicle. Mega jnana, preceded by vipassana jnana, is the driver of vehicle. So you own this vehicle because you are practicing. The owner of such carriage, such vehicle, may be either man or woman. So can you follow me? Owners of such vehicle, owner of such vehicle, may be either man or woman. And you are riding this vehicle. So where to go? You will reach Nirvana. So that is, Mahasi Sayadaw mentioned, you may ride comfortably in this vehicle to reach Nirvana. Can you follow me? You may ride comfortably in your vehicle to reach Nirvana. So Buddha expounded these three verses, and after teaching the three verses, Buddha also gave the discourse on the Four Noble Truths. The noble truth of suffering, the five aggregates of suffering, mind and matter are suffering, the five aggregates or seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, knowing are suffering. And what is the cause of suffering? The cause of suffering is the craving, is the cause of suffering, and then cessation of suffering is nirvana, and the path leading to the cessation is Eightfold Path or Satipatthana meditation. Buddha gave the discourse on the Four Noble Truths, and the Devas Samana, while listening to the discourse, reflected on the meditation practice in his former existence. Although he had not been able to attain the higher knowledge as a monk, in spite of strenuous effort at meditation, in the existence of a Deva, his physical body was free from impurities. In no time, he was able to develop successive vipassana insight knowledge step by step until he attained the path and fruition of the first stage and realized Nibbana. So he became a Sotapanna. So the main point which the story of Samanadeva has brought home is that although the monk had been engaged ardently in practice of Vipassana meditation as Ariya Mega, which could cut off the Tanna, had not yet been attained. This Tanna craving caused rebirth in the new existence of a celestial beings. So the story also pointed out how Ariya Mega could be developed and how as a Deva, higher knowledge could be attained easily. Another point brought out in the story is that if attachment lingers on in an individual on an object, craving for existence is likely to cause to be reborn in the vicinity of such a person or object. So you remember Bhikkhu Tesa, the monk Tesa, he died with a great craving for his robe, and consequently, when the monk Tesa died, he was reborn in the form of a body lost in this robe. So if the person attached to the individual, he or she may be reborn as an snake or a dog or cattle or any beings because of the power of Dhanna. So this is the end of the story of Samanadeva. In this Samanadeva, he is riding the mega vehicle. Mega vehicle has atapi, 2 weeks of effort, energetic efforts, physical effort and mental effort, hiri and uttapa, moral shame and moral fear, and then the mindfulness, satima, that is the protection of his mega vehicle, and then driver is the mega jnana and vipassana jnana are the driver of the mega vehicle. So may you all practice vipassana meditation smoothly. May you ride this mega vehicle very smoothly by practicing vipassana meditation, by developing the Eightfold Path, by noting rising, falling, sitting, seeing, hearing, smelling continuously and meticulously. May all yogis attain nirvana, to free from all dangers of aging, sickness, and death. May all yogis realize the real peace in the very near future.